Classic rock album reviews coming right at you.
Schmack-a-magob, what's up everybody? Hey, I come up with an album review, man. I was listening to this the other day. I slapped it on the turntable and I'm like, man, I gotta talk about this album. This album did sell millions, but still kind of underrated because of the strength of Back in Black, and these songs are not in order. Let's see if I can get it right as I go down the track. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to mess it up. But yeah, this is the one I bought back in the day. I love that live shot of it. Very first time I saw AC/DC was on this tour. If Back in Black would have played the Sportatorium, I would have been there. But the thing is, Back in Black played West Palm Beach Auditorium, which is kind of far from me. I mean, far enough that when I was a young little lad, I knew nobody that was going to drive that far for it, which is really only like about 2 hours, but still. I wanted to go see the and you know, Back in Black, and it's really weird, like 3 of the top selling hard rock albums didn't really take off till months and months later, which is Back in Black, Hysteria, and Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. Now they're, you know, diamond albums that they were like a slow climbing. And, you know, Sportatorium is twice the size of the West Palm Beach Auditorium. So Back in Black played a smaller place. If Back in Black would have blown up sooner, it would have played the Sportatorium and I would have seen that tour. But anyway, I did get to see this, and I was such an AC/DC freak before Highway to Hell. I got into them with the live album, If You Want Blood. And, you know, so depressed. I found out in junior high Bon Scott died, and I was like, oh my God. Then Back in Black came out and just destroyed. It's such a great, great album that I will say, now, you know, I know a lot of you that want to be that person, will say this is better. Now, I will say this, okay? I think Back in Black is the better album. I like Back in Black more. But I understand people that would say, oh, I like this one more. But it's like my favorite bands are Merciful Fate and Black Sabbath. But I also think the Beatles is the greatest band ever. But my favorite is Sabbath and Fate. But I do understand. So I hope all you that say, I like this one the best, do understand that Back in Black is better, is the best AC/DC album with Brian Johnson. If you disagree, go fuck yourself. I'm just kidding. Come on, man. Get a sense of humor. All right, so let's talk about this album, okay? Mutt Lange came back. Mutt Lange did some great work with the AC/DC. Highway to Hell, Back in Black, and this. Woof. And it starts with the title track, For Those About to Rock, which, believe it or not, was like one of my least favorite songs on this album when I had it as a kid and played it a lot. I was like, but now it's like one of my favorites off the album, and you know, it's the only hard rockin' song ever that made me cry. I've said this story before. I can't explain it, but there was a time I was listening to that song, and when it kicks into the part where we salute you, and then it, you know, it ramps up, I started crying one day. I don't know why. Malcolm was still alive. This wasn't because of Malcolm dying, which, by the way, the great Malcolm Young, in my opinion, the greatest rhythm guitar player ever. It's just, it's the ultimate anthem, AC/DC anthem to me. And the Cannons always ending their set. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure it, you know, because, man, we're talking like 40 years ago I saw this tour. So I'm pretty sure they ended the show with For Those About to Rock. What I do remember vividly was they opened with Hell's Bells, because when the show started, the bell came down, and then just Angus and with a spotlight alone. Amazing. But For Those About to Rock, what can I say? All right, I'm not going to pull the album out. I know the next one is I Put the Finger on You. What a great, great, fun song. You know, I love that beginning. Dun, 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 dun. I put the finger on you, yeah. What a ripping, great, fun. It's just an amazing tune. This is a great, amazing follow-up. Now, I will say, you know, I'm a big fan of Flick of the Switch. And I love, like the last few, to tell you the truth, I love Power Up and Rocker Buzz. Not many people like Rocker Buzz. I do. But this is the best after Back in Black. Hands down. But I will say, pretty much front-loaded. And I'll explain that later. Which a lot of people won't agree with. But I put the finger on you. And I loved, early MTV would show that live, the live footage of them doing it. That and For Those About to Rock. But I never seen them play Let's Get It Up, which I believe, now I got to pull it out. Because I think it's Let's Get It Up. Yes, Let's Get It Up is the next track, which was the single. And I do remember hearing it on the radio back in the day. And it would be, to me, in my opinion, the catchiest song on this album. It's so catchy and infectious. Love it. I love the structure. I love the verses. You know, and you know what it means. Let's get it up, right? I mean, I have my ideas. I think it means a boner. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But, you know, songs are meant to be interpreted how you hear them. So, I think it's a boner song. It's a song of having an erection. And, why am I putting it back in? You know I'm going to need it later. But, yeah, Let's Get It Up. Amazing track. Awesome. Next would be, and always has been, my favorite song off this album, Inject the Venom, which, unfortunately, I've never seen them play it live. Now, I did see the first 3 songs that night, but, you know, I went to that show like, Inject the Venom, and they didn't play it, and I was so bummed. And then many years later, when the interwebs came around, I did see AC/DC played Inject the Venom earlier in the tour. So I got boned. But, man, what a song. I mean, Brian's voice, man. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. And then, no mercy for the bad if they want it. F-A-N-O-N. And man, that drum sound, Phil Rudd is godly. You know, I remember hanging out with these death metal guys, and they would use Phil Rudd as a joke. As, you know, oh, he's Phil Rudd because he doesn't do blast beats. But let me tell you, man, all you people that do blast beats and stuff, I want to see you do what Phil Rudd does in that movie, Let There Be Rock. Play Let There Be Rock with that much energy for that long, hitting that drum. Your arm would fall off. Phil Rudd is underrated. Right, what's next after that? Snowballed. Ripping song, man. Love it. They didn't play that one, I don't think. No, they didn't play that song live. Ripping. I mean, that song is an amazing ending to side 1. Love it. Now we flip the album over, and it starts good. Really good. With Evil Walks Behind You. Love the snotty type backing vocals. You know, and it's just a cool little grooving track, man. Rules. Absolutely love it. And what follows it is the perfect song to follow it. COD, Care of the Devil. And I will say, and a lot of people won't agree with me here, but this is where the album kind of like reaches its peak. Because it goes downhill after this. Not a lot of people agree with that. Like my buddy, my good buddy, Will Carroll from Death Angel, who says his favorite song on the album is the next one called Breaking the Rules. Ever since he said that, I always pay attention to that song. And though I don't think it sucks, believe me, there's no songs on here that suck. I still don't think it's as strong as all the songs before it. But I will say it's stronger than the next 2. Which the next 2 is Night of the Long Knives. You know, it's just okay, you know. But that's just my opinion, brah. And it ends with Spellbound, which It's a little, I'd say it's a little better than Night of Strong Knives. Night of the Long Knives is like my least favorite on here, though it's a good song. I can't say it's bad. I mean, there's far worse coming up on, like, Fly on the Wall. I'd say it's better than stuff on Fly on the Wall. And I love Blow Up Your Video and stuff. I hate Razor's Edge. But yeah, I think this album's pretty much front loaded, and then the last three it kind of tapers off for me. But I am not, I am not correct to everybody else that thinks that. Like my awesome, kick-ass subscribers that are watching me right now that disagree with me. I would love for you to write down below why you think these songs are great, just as good as everything else. And you don't think it's front loaded because you're right when it comes to, not when it comes to me, but you're right. And I love to hear the opinions of people that are different than mine explain why you think these songs are good. I already heard Will Carroll's opinion on Breaking the Rules, and you can leave that opinion too if you want. But Night of the Long Knives and Spellbound, if you just explain to me, why you think those songs, why you think this is all killer, no filler album. Because I love to hear an opinion that is correct to that person. Because you, my friend, especially you right there, that are watching me right now, you have no idea how much I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. You all rule. And thank you so much for watching. And thank you, you subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And click that notification bell. Because if you do, you'll be just as cool as all my other subscribers. Not that you're not cool now, but by subscribing, it's a passage. It's a way of you letting the internet know I'm cool as hell. Check this out. Subscribe and notification bell. Right on. And hey, if you like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. All hail Malcolm Young and AC/DC. The real deal. And smack 'em a gob.